Hey guys, Kelly here. Welcome to a dual video. First off, this is going to be Sunday morning model cars and coffee. I'm sitting here with my pop cup that my grandkids got me, and it pretty much says it all. The man, the myth, the legend. Okay, and full disclosure again, this is Saturday. It's almost Sunday morning because it's Saturday night at 11:50. We just got in from Apex, North Carolina. It's about a 3.5 hour drive. But little Eva, my granddaughter, was absolutely wonderful in the ballet, and I would do it all again. I mean, what it's going to do. Pop is the man, the myth, the legend. So Gaga and I went down and watched her dance for maybe 7-8 minutes out of a 90-minute production. So it's just, yeah, I'm tired. But we're going to go ahead and press on with Paul over at West Coast Models. Sunday morning model cars and coffee. I don't know if it's Sunday morning or just Sunday model cars and coffee. I'm just that tired right now. And what I want to show you also is the reveal exactly, well, since it's Saturday night, it is exactly 5 months late. When you watch this video, it'll be 5 months and a day late. This should have been finished December 31st for Jason over at Blue Ox Model Shop's Street Machine Group build. And this is the Street Machine Group build 2024. And the day you're watching this is the day that the Street Machine Group build 2025 starts. It's June 1st. And it runs through the end of the year again. So hopefully I can find something and that really fuels my fire. But anyway, enough rambling on from me. I'm going to turn this camera around and we're going to take a look at the Sunday model car and coffee car and the Jason at Blue Ox Model Shop's Street Machine Group build reveal. I'm hoping it makes sense to me, but like I said, I just got through driving for 3.5 hours. Some of it in the rain. So, anyway, let's turn this camera around. Hang on just a second. Well, hang on just a second again. All right, guys, here it is. This is the AMT 1967 Chevelle SS. If you can see by the tag, we're calling it Red Rum because basically this kit was murder on me. Paint did okay. This is Duplicolor Inferno Red with 4 coats of Tamiya TS13 Clear. Tires and wheels are J's resin wheels, the welds. And like with the 60 Ford pickup truck, AMT Ertl, round 2, you're doing better than Revell because you have one-piece mirrors, but they're awful thick. We need to tone that down a little bit, guys. We need to just, it needs to be more in scale. I'm having the hood has no problems coming off. And I've got to look at there, I've got to wax this thing up. I thought I had it clean for you guys. So, under the hood is VCG Resin's Moroso valve covers, painted with Revell chrome spray. There is a Moroso breather, painted with Revell chrome spray that will go in here. But, Jason just revealed his Chevy Blazer, and he couldn't shut the hood with the breather, and neither can I. I left the fan chrome, the alternator's chrome, the water neck is chrome, radiator cap is chrome, because, alright guys, come on, we all know that chrome parts add horsepower. I mean, it's just a scientific fact that the more chrome you have under the hood on your engine, the faster your car is going to be. So we probably got 70, 80 more horsepower just in bolt-on chrome stuff. Like I said, Jay's resin, tires and wheels, added valve stems. They are the Tamiya rubber black with the Revell chrome. I cut off the exhaust and put aluminum exhaust tips on here. My white shocks. They're in there somewhere. Is my white shifter ball. There it is. And like I said, this goes back. I told you guys the story of a young Kelly standing outside the Long John Silver's in Biltmore Village when he was 14. I owned a 67 Chevelle Malibu 327. And while I was waiting for somebody to pick me up from work, because I wasn't old enough to drive, that's sad when you have a car and you can't drive, this guy would tool through Biltmore occasionally. I didn't see him all the time, but he had a burgundy 67 Chevelle SS. Had the weld wheels. Now, granted, they weren't the big inch wheels like these. He had the SS hood, but he had a snorkel bolted to it. I just couldn't bring myself to build or put a snorkel on this hood. But like I've said before, I don't do replicas. I do tributes, and this is kind of a tribute to that memory. And since I didn't know what was under the hood, I went ahead and did the Moroso, because that's what I had on my 327, was all the bolt-on horsepower. And like I said, I printed up the North Carolina red rum plates, because, you know, it's red, and it was murder. And I took the liberty of doing a Blue Ox Model Shop tag for the front. This is me asking for forgiveness, Jason, if that was a violation of trust or anything. But I think it just kind of... Oh, yeah, the Iceman, the radiator cap is an Iceman Collections piece. And in case you want to add one, you can see that the hood doesn't shut right. That just adds a little bit of height. I've taken the other radiator cap completely off. I need to do a little bit more work to get that shut and get the breather on there and get it to shut with the breather on it. Anyway, guys, there we go. Sunday morning, model cars and coffee. Blue Ox Model Shop Street Machine Group Build 2024 reveal. All rolled into one for your Sunday enjoyment. Guys, I appreciate you liking, watching, subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Sharing this with your friends. If you've got a friend like me that his first car was a 67 Chevelle and needs to see this, say, hey, look what Kelly's done. It's pretty cool. Oh, also, I'd like to thank Tim Kalankowitz, Tim Custom. He helped me, one of his videos gave me some tips to get the front end of this car this low. And then I'd like to thank Mr. Fred Henry over at West Georgia Rods and Customs for tips on painting the tail light panel. That was one of my holdups right there. I just couldn't bring myself to tape that up and spray it. But finally it's done. So let's get on to the 2025 group build. Alright guys, thank you so much. And remember, as I always say, if you like this sort of thing, this will be the sort of thing you like. God bless you guys.